Hey gamers, Rick here with Game Trade Media from GAMA Trade Show. I've got one of my favorite people in this industry. I follow her on Twitter. She probably is like, why is he always liking my stuff? But we have Darcy here from Monte Cook Games. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, it's always a joy to get here and gush about new things.
Right?
And yeah, we geek out pretty good, don't we?
Yeah, well, so Darcy is one of my favorite storytellers for everybody out there when it comes to GMing and running games, because we did that one stream.
Yeah.
Granted, there were some technical difficulties, but we got through it.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a lot of fun. And I was like, I wanted to play that character so bad. But it's so much fun. But you guys have a lot of cool stuff coming out of Monte Cook.
Yes.
And one of them is right here in front of us.
Yeah, and this is the first time I'm getting to touch all of this, so
I'll let you touch
me.
it then.
Thank you.
Yes.
I got into Monte Cook Games and into GMing and storytelling as a whole from Numenera, and so anytime something new comes out for Numenera, I'm a big fan. So it's, of course, Earth a billion years in the future with technology of the ancient past that is so advanced as to seem like magic. And so this is Slaves of the Machine God, which I think just came out. So this should be in stores now, but it might be new to people who are watching. But what I'm really excited for is it's Monte Cook Games' biggest book just of adventures, of campaign, of material. And it's set up in a really cool way. So it's by Bruce Cordell. So
love you, Bruce.
Yeah, we all love Bruce. Bruce is brilliant. And it's a really neat setup because it's got sort of two tracks that you can pursue. We've got the Amber Keep and Relics of the Machine, and they can kind of be woven together. They can be, a number of them can be taken out as one-shots or little one-offs, so it's really flexible. Comes with a poster map, some really beautiful art that I don't know if I'm really able to show off. Oh,
well,
I can.
All the artwork is beautiful when it comes to what product, Numenera, Fall of Gods, Visible Sun, just the Cypher system in general.
We have amazing artists that really capture and bring the world to life.
Yeah,
it's a vibrant world with really strange, relics of the ancient past that are wild to explore.
That's cool.
Yeah. Oh, I love that piece. Federico Mazzetti.
So good.
Yeah. So there's a lot to love in here. And I think people have been wanting a lot more adventure material. The game's been out for quite a while now.
Right.
We just came out with the new dual core book set. And so that gave some people some new adventures. But this is really what a lot of home games and campaign players will want to pick up. So I'm really excited. But that's already out. So let me show you some new stuff.
Some new.
Again, first time I get to touch it. People online have been really raving about the PDF that came out early to backers for this. Right. This is Priests of the Aeon. So the Aeon priesthood in Numenera is a group of sort of people who are interested in studying the Numenera, which are the relics of the ancient past, a strange beetle that sings in a forgotten tongue, or a weird, spark plug that you pulled off of a machine and have wired into a bomb, right?
Perfect.
All of floating obelisks, all of that's Numenera, and the priests of the Aeon study it. And so it's been this kind of really iconic group of people and this iconic organization that people have had a lot of questions about. And so this book is really cool. It's got some lore about the Aeon priests. It's got a bunch of new character options as you might go to these people to sort of soup up your weird abilities and your equipment. And it's got adventures and a poster map and lots of beautiful new art. So I'm a really big fan of that, and people are really raving about it online.
Nice. And when does this come out?
This should be coming out in April.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just around
soon.
the corner.
Yes.
Very nice. So you have two amazing new source books for Numenera.
Exactly.
And there's more coming.
Oh, yeah.
You guys made an announcement recently.
Yeah. Exactly. So, we've had, but before the recent announcement, we've got a bestiary coming. We've got some more instant adventures, but we're really hoping to bring Numenera to an even bigger audience and kind of answer a question that people have been asking us since Numenera came out, which is, Monte Cook was designer on 5th edition.
Yes.
And, lots of our team have deep histories with Dungeons and Dragons and 5e and Paizo and things. And so people have been wondering how, really wanting those minds to come back to some sort of their roots.
Right.
And so we are going to make, and it just funded, we're making Arcana of the Ancients. It's going to be a 5e compatible source book that takes all this like delicious, good, weird science fantasy, equipment and tech and abilities and aesthetic and creatures and adventures. And it's going to take that into your existing kind of traditional fantasy 5e game. So what I really like about it is, yes, it's a tool set that you could use to, say, play Numenera with your 5e loving friends. But it's also, I'm already playing a 5e game. The adventures are sort of about, hey, you go into this distant land, and your adventurers are the first people to discover a world so ancient and these relics of this prior world so ancient that the dragons and the elves don't know about it. And so it sort of takes you on this really cool campaign adventure.
I can see it kind of like if you've ever watched The Time Machine, right?
Yeah.
Or even read the book. You should read the book. But
That's
if you it'd be like when he's in that future sense, and anybody from that time finding like the library, the nuclear powered library guy, any of that kind of tech, and throwing that into a D&D campaign. It makes sense.
And, it's been a real delight to see some of the early art that we got for this because, the aesthetic of Numenera is so weird, glowing things and floating things. It's got a really cool science fantasy aesthetic. And then having that next to kind of your rogue or a wizard with a staff, having the dwarves interact with it is really a delight. So I think a lot of Numenera fans might be interested to try it out, but I think a lot of people who aren't sure if they want to try out the Cypher system but heard a lot of good things about Numenera, that's going to be kind of a cool way that they can try it out.
I love it.
Yeah.
So what else did you bring to show us?
Okay. So I am a little bit of a fan of a game called Invisible Sun. It posits that the world around us is a lie, which, of course, I adore, because this is a world of taxes and day jobs instead of gaming all the time and telling cool stories. So Invisible Sun posits that the world around us is a lie. The real world is a place where magic is real, where the world is surreal and fantastical, and where kind of there's secrets to be unearthed and really, mind-bending stories to be told. So Invisible Sun had its first print run of the Black Cube, the enormous unit of the game, and that sold out in the pre-order period and was really, really popular. So we have a second print run, again, limited, coming, and now there are more players out in the world, and we, of course, have cool supplements. So this is Book M. It's really neat. It comes in this slipcase box that will hold the other supplements to come, or will hold the 4 core books of the Black Cube if you want to swap it out. And this is really neat. It's I know, isn't it pretty? The art of this is amazing. Gorgeous. Mysterious vislae exploring dark secrets and their own identities and who knows what. So it comes with, this book that explores new ways to engage with magic, which is a huge part of the game, is the diversity of ways that you can engage with magical rituals and methods. And it also comes with, I think, I have not gotten to touch it yet, yay, but it comes with a bunch of new cards. Yeah, great. So a lot of what's special about Invisible Sun is that it was built to be a really tactile experience, with lots of components to touch and cards to hold and, a big metal, a big 6-fingered hand to hold your Sooth deck. And so this book gives you a lot more, new spells, new options, and it comes with new cards to add to your collection. So it's really cool.
So good.
And, of course, there are rumors that I am not going to, tell you one way or another, but there are rumors that secrets live within every product of Invisible Sun for those savvy enough to sort them out. So there's sort of games within the games in all of these supplements. Yeah, and on the back is a beautiful, Path of Suns, which is either and or, the map to the way that magic flows through the worlds. It is the map of the human soul. It's the nature of magic. It's a lot of things, and it's very beautiful.
This is beautiful.
Yeah.
And I like that it is going to be such a great compliment to the big black box already.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I like that it's having a little book stand next to the Black Cube is almost a little bit of a shame. So that it comes with the bookcase is really
right.
Cool.
It's very nice. And if you guys have not seen it yet, Darcy did a character build with us on Game Trade Media. You can go back and see that video. It was a lot of fun. The girls that were there with us were totally immersed,
and we're brilliant. Yeah. We have to follow that up somehow.
I agree. I think if we can get you a flight out to Baltimore and do something in studio with your blast.
I should just weave a spell to do it, and then
only.
gosh, yeah.
Now you guys also because these are more geared towards the adult
Yeah,
gamer, but
right.
you guys also have a game that is for a younger crowd.
Yeah.
And it looks like you brought something for that.
I
right?
did. It's just a mock-up right now, but it's going to. We sort of have a little prototype of it so far. It's so our game is No Thank You Evil. It's a really cool game for kids and families. Kids as young as 5 and even younger. We've heard, kids sort of develop their reading levels at different rates and everything.
Right.
And this is a game that really can accommodate your really low attention span younger kid, and at the same table, someone who's wanting to engage a little bit more like the adult maybe RPGs that they see have their parents playing. And so, No Thank You Evil is really a designed game experience to accommodate kids at different levels, sort of dyslexic friendly fonts, and there's a lot that's been used with this game for sort of therapeutics for kids with autism. So there's a lot to love. And one thing we are constantly being asked about is that kids just burn through these adventures because they're so hungry for it. And, an adventure can be kind of short and a bedtime story, or it can get a little longer. And so we're finally creating a book of adventures for those parents and kids who have been asking for it. And so this will be Shauna Germain doing an adventure in each different part of Storia, which are kind of like different genres. Right. So you get kind of the fairy tale land, you get kind of the sort of exploratory or action adventure land. And there's even kind of a spooky under the bed, dangerous, a little more maybe adult.
Kind of goosebumpy.
Yeah, kind of goosebumpy, exactly. Okay. And what's nice is this will be great for both parents who've been wanting more adventures and kids who are learning to GM for the first time, because we have a really cool product called I'm a Guide, which leads kids through running their first game session, which makes me so happy.
Nice.
So, kids who are ready to dive into their first adventures can use this too.
That's super cool.
Yeah, that'll be coming out in June, and it'll come with adventures and some other goodies and fun things for kids to play with, and some character stand-ups. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Now, when you were talking, jumping back to the Invisible Sun, because we will, you had mentioned that there are more supplements coming out.
Yes.
And
yeah.
So what can you talk about any of those?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Teratology is going to be really fun. So I'm a biologist by training, and so this makes me very happy. Teratology is kind of a mutation or the study of things biologically changing. And so this is going to be it is both an in-game artifact and a book at the table as basically a bestiary, our first big bestiary of strange denizens and creatures and NPCs that you can play with.
Nice.
And so you've probably gotten to see the way that we handle kind of NPCs and creatures in the core books. There's a range of some really big full-page detailed spreads, big, beautiful character art or creature art, and kind of lots of flavorful text and adventure ideas for you to use. And then there's lots and lots of little short ones too. So the Teratology will also have this significant number of really big write-ups of cool things you might want to make a big set piece, and a bunch of the players went somewhere I didn't expect. I want to grab something from the Blue Sun, or something with this aesthetic, and I can thumb through and find it. So that'll be Teratology, and goodness, we have more stuff coming out too. The Nightside Path, which is a dangerous book of mysterious spells, and I don't even really know. It's a very the lid has been kept pretty tight on exactly what that'll cover, but the Nightside will be coming, and goodness, even more. And with the Invisible Sun reprint Kickstarter, we added one more supplement on at the end, and Kyridian of the Path, which we have some really wild ideas about the format that could take. So, we've got a lot coming out.
All right. I can dig it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited for all this stuff, because I'm a big fan of Monte Cook and you and Bruce. Love you, Bruce.
Yeah.
So I hope that everybody out there watching this goes and tells your retailer, hey, I saw this video and I saw this cool stuff. Make sure you get it on yourself so I can put it on my table and play with my friends.
Yes.
All right?
Please do.
So where can anybody go that's watching that has not yet found Monte Cook?
Yeah, we are straightforward folk. So Monte Cook Games is going to be what you can find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. MonteCookGames.com is our website where you can find our lots of articles and kind of behind the scenes design diaries, kind of cool updates and stuff that's inspiring us. So if you really like kind of seeing how designers are being inspired by the stuff that they're reading in science news and in books, you'll definitely want to come subscribe to our website because we have some really cool content. And I think that's the best place to find us. And, come bother me on Twitter. Please tell me about your games. I love that. And there's actually also, if anyone's, interested in these games but want to talk more with a bigger community, there's a really cool fan-run Discord called Cypher Unlimited. And it's got channels for Invisible Sun. It's got some secret spoilers channels that you can opt into, so you won't be spoiled. It's got lots about Numenera, Cypher System, Gods of the Fall, No Thank You Evil. So if you want to get tuned into a community, Cypher Unlimited is a really great resource too.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Darcy, for coming in and showing us all this stuff and
thank you.
Hyping us up.
Yeah.
Her energy definitely hypes it. Like, I want to roll dice now.
I know.
And hear a good story and run.
We have books here.
Yes.
We could do it.
Why are we not doing this? So again, thank you so much for watching us, everybody. We're going to have more videos coming. And make sure you go to your friendly local game store, become part of your community there, build a community. And, if you're a fan of any of these games and they don't have a game going on there, start one.
Yeah, join my asset team, the demo team. That's really fun. I will send you weird emails with Sailor Moon references, so get excited.
Perfect. All right, everybody. Rick here from Game Trade Media. I'll see you at the game store.